Hello, and in this video we're going to be looking at trading the horses by using API trading software, and in this particular case I'm using the Geek's Toy, which is as good as any of the other two major principles on the market. Now, there are fundamentally two basic ways, two methods of trading horses. And one is swing trading, and the other is sort of one-tick, two-tick scalping. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to apply the second method by basically scalping sort of one or two ticks at a time. So you're moving very, very fast, you're entering the market and getting out almost immediately, one tick below or one tick higher. So what we'll see in this video also is we can either back first and then lay at one or two ticks lower, or we can lay first and then back higher at one or two ticks. Along the way, I hope to sort of introduce you to some sort of various pointers and signals to look out for. One that you can see almost straight away is in the blue columns on the first three favourites here in the market, Geronimo, Chief, Smart Affair and Chevroni. Is if you look at the top left-hand corner, Geronimo Chief, you'll see there's a figure there, 50, 81%, and the price is moving up. Now, if that price is moving up, then it would make sense that the second favourite, or even the third, will come down, and vice versa. So a good signal to look out for is always to check the percentage figures, and that percentage figure you see at the top left, they're 78% now, 91% Geronimo Chief, and you look at Smart Affair, you've got 50, 60%, 61. So Geronimo Chief is going up, it's drifting, and Smart Affair is coming in. So that's sort of one particular signal you can look out for to determine which way you think the market is going to move. Now, it might appear during the course of this video that when I'm sort of entering a trade. Now, why? Why am I entering at a particular point, and why am I exiting at a particular point? And I hope we can sort of explain sort of how this is. Sometimes I confess it's because it's so fast, it can be slightly random. So you're kind of basing your moves almost on a sort of an instinct. But other times, you'll notice I'm looking at my entry point, which is determined on the amount of money that's available on the back or the lay side, and also how I enter is determined also by where I want to be in the queue. Now, that's for this particular style of trading, one or two ticks. I think it's very important that you try to get a very good position in the queue. And we're doing, I don't know how many races there are in this particular video, maybe 8 or 9. And I'll try and pinpoint those particular moments. Now, as you can see, I'm trading this second favourite. And you can see at the bottom of the screen there, already I've been matched twice. I've made two trades, in fact, two one-tick trades. One at 3.9, out at 3.85. Back to 3.85 and scratched at 3.85. Now here on the second favourite again, I've put the back bet in first. I think that the movement is going to go upwards. The third favourite there, that has some downward trend movement. And I just had to scratch the trade there at 3.7. The race was off. As you can see in the left-hand corner there, it went green. So that means that we don't ever go in play. Although I think maybe one race, I think I actually might do. But the general principle is never go in running. Not unless you've got a harness made of steel and good SIS live pictures. Okay, on to the second race. You can see there's 7 minutes, 40 odd seconds before the start of the race. You can see that in the top left-hand corner. That's the race timer, the amount of minutes and seconds until the off. I generally tend to start scalping, around about the sort of between 5 and 10 minutes. No, not really more than 10 minutes. All the sort of activity generally tends to happen in the last sort of 3 minutes, 3 or 4 minutes. And you'll see that a little bit more clearly in some of the races that we're doing. This particular trade, I'm trading the second favourite. And I've just tried a slightly different approach. Instead of backing in one lump sum, I actually split the £20 stakes 3 times at 5.5, 5.5, 5.5. What happened there? No, sorry, I backed it for 60, and I put in my lay bets at 5.4, 5.3, and 5.2. I moved one of them up. I could see that the price was drifting out a little bit, so therefore I wanted to move one of my £20 lay bets up. I was being matched for £40 out of the 60 at 5.4, so it's not looking too bad. I just want this last £20 to be laid here. There will be some gaps in the audio commentary during this video, which lasts about sort of 50 minutes. So don't imagine I've gone away. Maybe there's not that much to say. And you can see in the second favourite that we're trading, there's a column to the left in green, which starts at the top at 0.53, and where the actual activity is at the centre of the ladder there, 0.75. That is a simple one-click hedging function. So that means if I can click, say, at 0.77, that's 77p, that will be my hedge profit across all the runner selections. I've gone in again here, have I? So I can't remember exactly what I did. I've lowered it to 5.1. I've gone in again at the back price for £40. Sometimes you'll see that there's a few methods or a few ways in which I enter the trade. One is I will put my back or my lay bet in so 1 or 2 ticks below the actual current traded price, which you can see flashing in yellow. And that is that for that reason, I expect, if I, for example, I will put a lay bet in at 5.0 here, for example, then I'll put a back bet in above at sort of 7, something like that. There we've got a resistance line. Now, what that quickly means is that the price at 7.4, it's never, ever got higher than that since the price is open, probably this morning. And that's what we call the resistance line. So I can sort of have a good sense, a good feeling that the price won't ever go above 7.4. And conversely, if you go down, there will be a support level. So the resistance is at the top and the support line is at the bottom. And in between those two bands is where most of the trading, all the trading activity will occur. And we'll feel that the price won't go above the resistance line or go below the support line. Just in terms of the actual staking amounts here, I thought I'd make this video using stakes, maximum stakes over £100, and in this particular case I'm using 40. What I wanted to do really was to show you that if you have a bank of, so say, £400 or £500, those staking levels are what you can use. I will tend to use sort of higher stakes than these, but it's just kind of a good exercise to show you sort of in real time, in the real sense, what your money can get you. So with a £400, £500 bank, you can be using sort of £100 stakes. I mean, if you've got 400 quid in your bank, then then use it. There's no point in having a £400 bank and trading with 5 quid, frankly, because you're not going to be losing £400. That's the point. So if you wanted to lay, for example, here at 6.8, you would need £580, £600 in your bank. Still waiting here for my £40 to be matched on the lay side. So there you can see now I've got potential £8 win profit on the second favourite, or I could hedge for £1.14. Now I'm trading the second favourite. Now there are 3 main favourites in this particular race, and what I wanted to do was to try and get green on the first 3 favourites. What you can do with the Geek's Toy is you can move your selections on the ladder to any position on the screen that you want. So for the sake of my own sort of personal style, I like the selection I'm trading to be in the middle of my screen. So I've just moved the favourite into the number 2 ladder position there. Okay, I laid at 2.98. The price didn't move upwards as I hoped it would do. So I've moved my £100 back bet down to 2.92. So that's 3 ticks lower. So I'm in a potential loss here. And you can see there on the right column all those figures in red. If I click on any of those now, that would equal sort of a £2 hedge loss. And you can also see that figure on the second favourite there on the top the right of that particular centre column, 2.84, £3.52, £2.84, £3.52. So it's bouncing around there. I could get out now. I've got a liability, as you can see, of £92. I'm still unmatched on the lay. And you can see the timer there. It's 1 minute, 1 minute 18 seconds after the off time. It's still in red. Now that means that the race actually hasn't started yet. I know there has been some delay at red car, so I know that I've got probably an extra 2 or 3 minutes to play with here. But generally speaking, once that figure, which is in blue, gets down to 0.00, then get out of your trade, because that means the race is going to start. Okay, so I've got that lay match, so I'm still left with a £8 liability on the second favourite. I'm going in again. I've got quite a good position on the queue. But it's gone against me again. There you see I got in at 2.88. No, I didn't. So I'm back at 290. But I'm in a good position in the queue here. So if on the back side you can see the money disappearing, you know the price was going to be moving up. Now, at this point, I'm thinking, I just don't really know. I mean, I just don't really know what's happening with this horse. It's sort of bouncing around. Can't really see any significant trends, patterns in there. I'm a little bit uncomfortable, frankly, and I should sort of really get out now and just click this red button and stop trying for any more sort of fancy ticks. It's just a little bit too erratic, basically, and that means that I'm not very confident about my entry point. So there's the race. It's off. I've got a £4 liability. Now imagine this could be 40. I could have a £40 liability there and £80 green on the other two. That doesn't matter. We've still got a liability. So be disciplined, do the right thing, click that hedge button, accept the loss. I've got a bit of a potential green hedge figure on the first horse there, Sword of the Lord. I can click that now, and that should bring me, there we go. So I haven't lost any money there. The third horse, I actually left that. I thought that was going to figure somehow in the race, but it didn't. Ran like a donkey, so there's nothing I could do with that. And here we go on to the next. There's been a lot of market support for the second favourite during the favourite, I should say. I've moved it into the centre of the ladder. And that was sort of trading around about 7s or 8s in the morning, and a few minutes before the off, 4 or 5 minutes, it's come steadily in, now trading sort of around about 3.8, 3.9. So there's a lot of market support for this. Again, I've got a good position on the lay side at 3.75. My back bet at 3.8 was taken for £100. So it's all about, this sort of one tick scalping like this, sort of very quick in, very quick out. It's very important to get a good position. You'll see sort of in some sort of later trades here, there's a lot of money going in. There's sort of £2,000, £1,000. It's pointless sort of putting your 100 quid, onto a particular price figure where there's already, a large amount of money. You're just not going to get matched. Now here unfortunately I've missed the swing. See there at 4.0's £2,000, which is sort of holding that price there. It looks as though that figure 1,700, 1,600 is genuine. But you'll see here on the back price, maybe even the same person. He's got 1,800 quid at 4.1. Now, is that genuine money or not, or is it just a lump of money that's designed to manipulate the downward or upward movement of the prices here? Again, it disappeared, but then it's back in at 4.1, at £2,000 there. So there's quite a lot of sort of large amounts of money just going in a few minutes before the off, £2,000, £1,500, that are being put in at the current trading price, and then being withdrawn sort of after 2 or 3 seconds. So when you see that happening, be careful. Don't just jump in straight away. Just wait until you feel that there's a particular trend that's developing. And there it sort of seems to have settled down now. And at this particular point, you can see there's very little money on either side below the two major figures there, £600 and £700 on the lay and the back side. So I just literally went in simultaneously. on both the lay and the back. In other words, it's sort of almost like they're 8.0, 8.2. Those two prices, if you like, are just going to slug it out with each other. And both of those will sort of decrease at some point. This looks like it should go back to 8.4. Nicely in the queue. Very nice. Click the hedge button. Patchy rising. Got 30 seconds before the off. And there you've got a sort of steady £5. This is what we're aiming for with these kind of stakes. You know, you want to try and look at sort of, you know, maybe between sort of £5, £7, £8 per trade. You know, you've got 20 races in an afternoon. You know, you can pick up £100. I find it's quite tiring work. You know, you're kind of very focused. You're watching flashing screens, flashing lights. It's not an ideal situation for many people, frankly. And after 3 hours of this, you really know that you should sort of get up, you know, and sort of take a walk round. And that's actually, I'll sort of elaborate on that. It's such a high level of concentration that although races are sort of coming sort of every 10, 15 minutes, it's very tempting to sort of sit in your chair, stuck in front of your screen for 3 hours without taking a break. So I would advise you to take a break every half hour, even if it's just sort of 5 minutes. Get up, you know, make a cup of tea, have a walk round. You know, just don't sit there for 3 hours at a stretch. It will affect your concentration. Not unless you've developed some Zen-like technique to help you in this particular occupation. Sometimes I believe that I am in a good position in the queue, which I was at that point at 7.2 on the backside. But then, you know, a bit more money will just suddenly dive underneath you, and you've then lost your position. So you're sort of hoping that you're waiting for it to come back. So in other words, look, I've had £7 or £7.50 taken at 7.2. No, not all of my £75. Okay, I had a feeling it would come back up. So that's why I didn't move the price down. I kept my position there. So as you can see, I'm just trading the one horse. This is the second favourite. And I forget now if I've done this with any of the races this afternoon, but sometimes if I've done a little bit of research, or I've heard a whisper, so to speak, that a particular horse might do well, instead of hedging before the off to get an even green or even red across all the selections, I might just build up a solid green figure on a particular horse that I think's got a very good chance of actually winning the race. Now, a very good chance of winning the race, that information doesn't come from me. I don't bother with that. I just look at the numbers. I don't bother with form or the names of the horse or the trainer. That sort of doesn't interest me really. So I've done 3 trades here, 3 one-tick scalps for £75 each. So I've now got a £45 green. on this second favourite. Now I could hedge there for what, around about £6, £5.92. Now I had an idea at the beginning of this particular trade that I was just going to leave a free green on this second favourite, only 10%, and not hedge. And for some reason, I didn't. So I hedged. I got sort of £7 green across all the runners, which is fine. I think I just forgot. I think I forgot that I was meant to leave that horse and see how it runs and have a free bet on it. I just sort of, as a reflex, I just clicked that hedge button, and as it happened, the horse didn't win. So, okay, so now we've got the next race and two major favourites trading roughly about the same price. And we're using slightly bigger stakes here, £200. So for £200, every tick means that we win £4. The particular price of that is under 3.0. You can see the tick price drops at increments of 2. Let's switch over to the favourite. We'll use £200 again. Talk a little bit. Well, you see, this is sort of fairly frantic, I suppose. Quite a lot of money there on both sides. Yeah, the graphs you can see just underneath at the very bottom, I should say, you've got the regular Betfair graph. I can give you sort of a general overview of how of how the price of the horse is particularly moving. In a lot of cases, you can just see that the odds just sort of bounce around in between sort of various parameters. You know, it'll go up 3 or 4 ticks, boom, then it'll come down 3 or 4 ticks, back up 3 or 4 ticks, down 3 or 4 ticks. And sometimes, whoosh, it'll just shoot straight out, or it'll steam straight back in. Graph reading is a very particular skill and a great technique, which is, of course, used not just in sports trading, but all kinds of stock exchange trading too. So I've got done a few little trades there on the first and second favourite, going for the only other major player in terms of the odds anyway in this particular race. Third favourite trading at 9s. So I'm using £50 stakes here. Got half of the back bet matched. I should get the rest of that matched okay, because I'm well in the queue. At the front of the queue, I should say. So there, I've got £10 green on the third favourite, should I wish to leave that. So I decide not to. I was thinking there that, okay, if it's between the first two favourites, either of those win, I win £4. But yet, why not hedge and take just £3.90 across all the selections? not sort of 3 minutes before the off. Not a lot of activity going on there on that particular horse. So I just left that. £15. I didn't bother to hedge. Came nowhere. On to the next race now. A serious 3-to-1 shot, 1.3. This 15.10 Southwell, Southwell. So now here I'm using £500 stakes. I've laid at 1.34 for 500. And it's drifted quite a lot here, isn't it? But I've got a feeling this bounce effect I was talking about, it'll come sort of straight back down again. Give or take 1 or 2 minutes. So I've just moved my position up there from 1.34 to 1.36, and I moved it into up to a price where I was in a reasonable position in the queue. Now we see it's coming back down. It was trading 30 seconds ago at 1.42, 1.43. And a quick hedge there for £3.62. Let's try going again. So we've got 3-4 minutes left. Same principle, really. Don't think it'll go out sort of beyond 1.42. So, I thought it was going to sort of bounce around between 1.39, 1.41. Matched again, £500, just one tick. And now we can hedge. Take a £7. Overall profit on that one. The favourite there, the 3-to-1 on shot, duly romped home by 20 lengths. Okay, on to the next. This is generally a sort of consistent trend with all these first three favourites here. Or certainly the first two. The second favourite looks kind of quite a safe bet here. I'm saying it shouldn't drift out, but of course it was. So therefore, my assumption that it was fairly safe, that it was going to be just hovering around 3.7, 3.75 wasn't correct. There's some money on the backside there. You notice £1,900 at 4.1 that's pushing the money down. So I felt that I could wait just a few more ticks, hoping it would come down there. In fact, which it duly did. Wasn't taking any risks, so I just got out at 3.8. So I'm getting ready there. As soon as that money at 3.65 on the backside disappears, I'm going to click. Now, you're talking about a second there. I was a second too slow by putting the lay bet in. And see what happens. I missed it. And frankly, I got a little bit lucky. For some reason, it just went whoosh and swept back down sort of 3 or 4 ticks. So I was a little fortunate there. But yeah, that particular moment where as soon as my back bet at 3.7 was taken, I immediately clicked on the lay at 3.65. But as I said, I was sort of literally less than a second too slow. So I would going to try it again. I think the price is going to come up to meet my 3.75, which was taken. I was first in the queue, and again, I was a little bit quicker than the previous example. I got my lay bet match straight away. So it's about your position, it's about your entry points, it's about getting good position in the queue, but it's also about speed, and you're talking literally fractions of seconds. Again, this next race, there's 5 runners, 3 favourites, all virtually, almost about the same price. 6 runners, I should say. The other 3 potential dogs. So what I want to do again is try to get just a straightforward green figure, free green, on all of the 3 horses. Back to the second favourite here, the favourite I should say, Arlie Hall at 175 at 2.98. It's gone away from me, quite alarmingly. The £1,000 there you can see at 3.0 on the lay side, just 1,500 quid. I don't like that much. It looks like it's going to go up. There's only a minute or so before the race, but then a bit of money just came in. I'm not going to take too many chances here. I don't think I'm going to get back down to 2.96. So what I should do is try and get out here. But in fact, it did. It just sort of jumped straight down again. There was some money at £1,700 on the lay side. 2.98, it just disappeared, so therefore the price came crashing, and I was lucky to get matched. 2.96. Okay, so I've now got £7 free green Arlie Hall, £10 free green on second favourite Priestley's Reward, and we'll try to get some free green again on the middle runner here, Phase Shift. I mean, you'll notice that, as I sort of said at the beginning of the video, where are your entry points? Now, the way I'm trading it is, it's my own style, let's say. It's not unique, I guess. But you'll notice that what I do is I'm not really at the heart of the action. You can see it's in the yellow flashing button there in the center column, trading at 3.55, 3.50. It's coming down. I put my bets in primarily to get a good position in the queue. So therefore, I'm sort of 2 or 3 ticks away from, if you like, the center of the action. And I just sort of wait until the price will move in my direction. Okay, while I was talking, I can't remember what happened to that last race. I think, nothing happened on that third favourite, so therefore I hedged the other 2. Got about £6, £5, £6 hedge profit on that. Now, okay, this is the horses. The race has gone in play, in running. I've got £7.50 free green. I'm in no risk, no lose position, it's true. But I haven't hedged out. I let it go in play. And again, sort of slightly fortunate. I was matched in running at 3.15 for a £2 odd hedged green. Okay, swiftly moving on. It's the 16:20 at Leicester. So, time did we start? We started around about 2 o'clock or 2:30. So we've been going, around about 2 hours. Not all the I didn't do all the races because, as I said before, I got up, made myself a cup of tea, I had a walk around. So, I haven't done every single race on the card this afternoon. So I think we're on about, 7th race or 8th race. I've gone in very quickly again. It looked perhaps it looked a little bit random, but the weight of money on both sides, was hovering for quite a while, sort of about 50% on each. So it's just a simple question of putting a lay and back in on either side at the same time. It'd been unlikely that we're looking at the second favourite here in the middle of the ladder. It was unlikely that the prices would steam or drift. Particularly, it was just going to be bouncing around this sort of 6.0, 5.9, 6.2 mark. So you can get in and out, in and out. There we go again. Okay, race time, 30 seconds. Let's get out. So that's another £3.5, £4 in the bin. And on to the next. Okay, it's gone against me. Doesn't look too good. There's very little money on the lay side there, the pink column on your left. All the time it's coming down. Fortunately, there's been some money to push it back up. I should really be looking to drop down my back price there at 6.0, but, left it in, so as soon as I saw there, just a minute ago that there was about sort of 700 quid that came in at around about 5.8, I could see that the price was going to go back up. So there wasn't any extra money being placed on the backside. So there was a fairly reasonable chance of it going back up rather than continuing to steam. There we go. We're just still trading this second favourite in the middle. Building up a nice bit of green and then hedged out for £4.50. So using £75 stakes there for the first horse in the first ladder, we move on to move the favourite into the centre ladder. Going to use £100 stakes here. Again, it's a little bit too slow, or I jumped in on the backside perhaps a little bit too quickly. What happens is, of course, after 2 hours of this, you're almost getting into the automatic pilot. Your reflexes are getting quite sort of well tuned. You're doing things quite a lot on instinct, on reflex, and sometimes you can just sort of hit the button, perhaps just a little bit too sort of eagerly, just a little bit too quickly. And there was a case in point. I just sort of quickly fired in £100 at 3.55. It was it was a bit random, frankly, I think, that particular entry point there. And I'm sort of paying the price for it. It's sort of drifted away to sort of 3.6. But again, as with the previous race, it doesn't seem to be a particular trend that signifies this is going to really steam or drift. So there was a fair chance. I made a bad entry point, but there was a fair chance it was going to sort of bounce back down. So let's go in again, a little bit more studied, a bit more careful here. Now you can see the advantage of being first in the queue. So, end of that race, we made what it was, sort of £3.5, £4 again. So that's all we're doing, just trying to pick up, these sort of small amounts, sort of low risk. You're never going to risk your whole bank, so don't worry about all that. So I just scratched that at 6.8. Just got out there for a hedge, sort of £1.40 or something like that. I think we're on to our next race. So we're now at 5 o'clock. I think I was listening to the radio, and one of the pundits was fairly keen on this particular outsider. So at the sort of end of the day, I thought I'd have a slightly fun punt at £5 at 27s, and I let it go in running, and I put two bets in there, lay bets at 18.5 and 5.1. First lay 18.5 was a match, so well done pundit for suggesting this horse. And it's running a blinder, and the 5.1 lay gets matched too, so I was able to hedge that nicely for around about £11, £12. And I'd already traded in the usual manner this Windigal lad on the first ladder selection. So that was a nice sort of little £12 thing. I just took a slight breather trading, just to sort of mix it up a little bit. Just took a bit of a small punt rather than a trade on that outsider there at 27-1. And on to, I think this is the last race. And it's gone into play now. Very, very quickly, Bingo. Quick, get out of there. Get out quickly. Now, look, you see it could be going against you. Okay, very naughty. I'd lost my concentration for a while there, and I wasn't looking at the race timing clock, so it just went into play, and I could have got into serious trouble there. I had a liability of £75. So now, this is the last race of the day, the 17:20 at Exeter. So handicap hurdle. Yeah. So back to the standard one-tick trading. Already got one trade matched. Should be okay here. We're relatively high up in the queue. One minute before the off. Keep your eye on the clock, Bingo. Yeah,